With the series of videos I'll post now, I hope I can address some of the biggest concerns geography optional students have. And those are topics related to geographical thought. Of course, I will not be able to teach all the concepts in thorough detail, but quick short videos where at least you have a sense of appreciation what these topics are. Okay, so I hope you revise with this, and even those who have done the classes and you know the concepts, it will be nice revision for you. You'll be able to quickly relate and summarize things. You can at least refresh the memories that you have of the times when we were studying geographical thought. So fine, the first topic that the syllabus mentions is areal differentiation. So in any geographical concept, make sure you get 4 or 5 things right. Get the names of people right. If possible, refer to the books that they have written and where the concepts are mentioned. Define or explain the concept well. Then the debates around it. What have others said? What have been the agreements, the disagreements? And finally, what was the ultimate outcome? Invariably, all geographical thought or any concepts can be discussed under these 4 or 5 heads. I repeat, the name, the related books and documents, if you can mention, explain the concept, the debates around the concept, and what was the outcome eventually. And that's how I've organized the write-up. So areal differentiation, the name is Richard Hartshorne. I believe all of you know this, 1930s and 40s, a very famous and influential American geographer, Richard Hartshorne. His book, the first one was Nature of Geography, and the second, a seminal paper, which was Perspectives on Nature of Geography. In 1930, 39 and 40s, we had these books in which he gives his idea. What was the concept about? The concept is about defining what geography is. In fact, the whole, the book's name itself tells us that he's trying to tell us what geography is and what geography should continue to be. In a way, he's defining, he's scoping geography in a particular thinking. So this is the purpose. Areal differentiation is the definition of what geography is according to Richard Hartshorne. So what's geography? He says geography is essentially chorology, very much like the regional geography of Kant, the special geography of Varenius. Areal differentiation is regional in approach. Areal differentiation is descriptive in approach. Descriptive in approach as in we should not be making laws, we should not be using generalizations, we will not use mathematical methods and techniques, because those methods were becoming popular by the time 1940s and 50s, were influenced by economics, were influenced by statistics and so on. So Hartshorne is trying to tell us that that approach is not the right approach. Geography should continue to be descriptive. Geography should continue to be chorological and not use the methods of logical sciences. And he is inspired by Richthofen and Hettner, the 2 German scholars. Richthofen, a very important proponent of regional geography. In fact, a lot of ideas of Richthofen seem to overlap with the ideas of Varenius. And Richthofen says the geography should have an element of description, and Hettner more so, because Hettner is more assertive about geography in the ideographic paradigm. So I presume when you're revising all of this, this word should be familiar with you. What's chorology? What's description methods? What is regional? What is ideographic? Okay, and what do I mean by geography not becoming the spatial analysis type of theory? And what do we mean by geography not developing as the spatial science approach that was promoted by some of the later American geographers? So these are the terms you should know. I'm trying to sum up the concepts for you, and that's a very important concept, that areal differentiation is a very important basis of establishing what we call as regional synthesis. this whole allegation against regional geographers that regional approach is as an ideographic approach breaks up the unity of the earth. Scholars like Hartshorne and even in the works of Richthofen we find that regional geography has the element of synthesis, the effort at establishing the causal interrelationships between the diversity of the phenomena and the events on the Earth's surface. So, areal differentiation is also regional synthesis. And what was the consequence of all these debates and assertion? We know by 50s and even by 40s for that matter, Hartshorne's areal differentiation was losing steam very rapidly. Schoffer's model of geography as spatial science, geography as the science of studying patterns and distribution of phenomena, geography using the mathematical and the statistical models, geography developing generalizations. So all that became the more popular trend, and areal differentiation ultimately was ignored. And it was much later as a part of what otherwise is called as postmodernism, or what's called as the culture term post-humanistic revolution, that areal differentiation type of concept where a region and regional geography got revived. But ideally, we should not be using the word areal differentiation henceforth. So the revival of the regional geography during the 70s and 80s under postmodernism, that's better referred to as the new regional geography rather than areal differentiation. So you may look at the board for quick jottings, revise this topic, okay, and see if you can take down some notes. And if you want to refer, you may quickly look up the chapter which has developments of geography since the World War II. I am referring to this book by R.D. Dixit, Geographical Thought. So I am a big supporter of reading these kind of textbooks. So in this textbook, chapter number 5, you must look up the section which has the Schoffer-Hartshorne debate from regional exceptionalism to generalization and theory. So there are about 4 pages, and a very important paragraph is in the last 2 paragraphs of this section, just before a new section called the course of development of geography as a science of spatial analysis. Just before this, there are 2 paragraphs. The net outcome of Schoffer-Hartshorne debate was that geography by the end of 50s, at least in the US, had come increasingly to be viewed as the science requiring the use of scientific method, and so on. So these 2 paragraphs is what you can look up, okay, and I hope this concept is pretty good for you to help you revise and clarify some of the issues. Thank you.